We're going to pass the microphone around and give everyone 2 minutes to give their opening statement. We have our city council and mayoral candidates here tonight. Start with you. You don't pass it.
Sorry about that there. All right, good. Stand on this, I'm gonna stand. Good evening, everyone. My name is Carl Coleman. Good sound. All right, yeah, and I'm a candidate for city council. I am a lifelong resident here in Central Illinois, Decatur specifically. I am a product of DPS 61 schools, and I am an active, engaged member of my community that wants to stand up and give back and be a part of the change that we want to see here. You know, I want to be a part of the change that every single person in this room helps write the next chapter for the city of Decatur. As you guys know, we have a lot of challenges. We also have a lot of positives here, and we just got to build upon those and market ourselves to other areas as well, because Decatur once was a community that people came to, wanted to start their career, wanted to grow their family, and even start a business. Unfortunately, we have felt the effects of certain things across the country, and specifically here in Decatur's community, and we can get back to that place of positivity and potential. We just got to put our best foot forward. You know, I've traveled around the state of Illinois working with small and larger communities and seeing how they are able to leverage and market their assets really to forge their way forward in the future. And I think we're ready to do that here in the city of Decatur. And we have new avenues in which we have not employed in the past that I'm excited to be a part of doing. And I think we all know we need to have a change of pace in the city of Decatur, both by what the community says, but also to what the statistics say in a sense. So one, we've been making great strides in a lot of areas, but I want to exacerbate that, push that to another level, so to speak. So I can go on for quite a bit, but I'm gonna keep this sort of opening statement. So that's a bit about me, and I'm sure you'll be hearing a little bit more, of course, throughout the course of this evening. So I'll pass along down the line. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you, Carl. First, I want to thank Ms. Williams and the CONO committee for having this forum here tonight and the work that you have done to bring this about. I want to also thank all of you that are here tonight in the audience. I'm a strong believer that our city elections are more important to me than what the national elections are. It have more impact on us daily lives than what voting for the president and the vice president and all the other officers have in Washington. So I'm glad to see that you've taken out the interest to be here tonight, and I'm hoping that all of our citizens will get out and vote for this very important election. My name is Dennis Cooper. I will be listed on the ballot at number 1 for the city council. Ask for your support. I am a native also of Decatur, raised and born here. Graduated from high school here, went on to college in Mattoon, Illinois, and then I went into the Illinois Department of Corrections and served in the Department of Corrections for 32 years. I began as a guard and worked my way up through administration, and when I retired, I was in administration when I retired in 2003 the first time, and then the late Roger Walker, who was the sheriff of Decatur, which many of you know, he was appointed as the director of the Department of Corrections. So he came and asked me if I would come out of retirement and come back and work for him as his chief of staff to help him learn the Department of Corrections. So I went back and did that for a couple of years, and then I told him I got to go. And so 2007, I retired for good from the Department of Corrections. So I have worked with a variety of individuals, a variety of people, all sexes, races, all economic statutes by working in my 32 years in corrections. So I feel I have a vast background to help our city deal with whatever problems we may face, and also help our time?
Yes.
Ooh, that's quick, 2 minutes. Okay, thank you, and I ask for your vote.
Just to be fair.
You might announce.
Oh, I thought people knew. I'm sorry.
I did not know, so yeah.
Oh, don't you like green? Greens, you're on base, ready to go for 132 seconds. No. And then yellow means you've got 30 seconds left for the 2-minute timer. I'm so sorry. I apologize. I'll give your money back to you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Julie Moore Wolf, and it is the honor of my life to serve as your mayor here in the city of Decatur. I have the great fortune not to have an opponent on the ballot for this election, so I'm not going to try to dominate the time. I want you to get to know the candidates that are here tonight and give them ample chance to tell their story. Over the next 4 years, I hope to continue the great work that we have been working on so hard in city government. Neighborhood revitalization has been at the cornerstone and our #1 priority for the past several years, and we're really starting to see the fruits of that labor. Our next major initiative is the Jasper Street Great Streets program, so we're very, very excited to keep that rolling. You know, most politicians talk about bringing great jobs to our community, and that's been what we've heard since the 70s when we lost a lot of jobs. Now what we are seeing is we've got great jobs. We have almost 2,000 open positions right now in our community. Our problem is getting workers. And so it's a new problem, but we're gonna work on it together and we're gonna solve it. So I'm very proud of the time I've had serving as your mayor. I'm gonna continue working on infrastructure, making our roads and bridges better, trying to provide that infrastructure so that we can attract and keep the companies that we have here, the jobs that we have here, and making our city a safe and beautiful place to be. So it is your community. We serve as your city council. Our meetings are the people's meetings. So we welcome you at any of our meetings to come and talk to us about things that you would like to see changed. And I appreciate the opportunity to serve. And I will turn it now to Ms. Lisa Gregory.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, my name is Lisa Gregory and I am running for Decatur City Council. I'm a Decatur native and some of my fondest childhood memories have been here in Decatur. Both sets of my grandparents worked here in Decatur. My paternal grandfather was a minister at a local church. My other grandfather worked for Wabash Railroad and my grandmother was a supervisor at GE. And I can remember listening to the Decatur Municipal Band many evenings. I'm the mom of 3 kids and I am the granny to 2 kids. That's the hat I like best. But when my kids were ages 2, 4, and 6, I decided to finish my higher education. So I went back to Richland Community College, transferred to Sangamon State University, finished in 4 years while I worked 25 to 30 hours at Decatur Memorial Hospital. I think what qualifies me for this job is since I completed my degree, I've had an opportunity to work with state government, in state government, advocate at the federal government level, work with private organizations. And so the experiences that I have had during my work really uniquely qualify me to be at the Decatur City Council. I think what really sets me apart from others is that I've had the ability to work for the citizens for the last 8 years. I have supported millions of dollars in infrastructure development and I have championed the fiber optic network which connects municipal buildings with higher education institutions, saving taxpayer dollars. What I hope to accomplish if re-elected is to work on neighborhood revitalization some more, definitely workforce development, as well as improving our downtown Decatur. You know, I have proven my leadership, I am committed, I am motivated, and I experienced, and I ask for your vote on April 4th. Thank you.
Folks, I'm not gonna be rude, but I've got my 2 minutes and it's hard holding this and reading this, if you don't mind. Good evening, my name is Pat McDaniel, and with my chosen campaign slogan of planning for Decatur's future, while also working to make the community better today. I'm running for the City Council again to serve the citizens of Decatur, to work with the community residents, other City Council members, and city staff to make Decatur an even better place to live and work. I was born and grew up in Decatur where my family lived in rental housing and apartments in 9 different inner city neighborhoods by the time I was in junior high, so I know the neighborhoods. I served in the U.S. Army for 3 years and served in Vietnam. I returned to my hometown after serving my country in the military to begin a new phase of my life. I started my business career while in high school sacking groceries at a national grocery chain store, where later on I became a manager of many of the stores in central Illinois. I also was a reporter for the Decatur Tribune, where I covered the City Council and other community events. With the last 8.5 years of my professional career as the executive director of a local not-for-profit organization where I promoted our local Lincoln and Decatur heritage to locals and visitors from all over the country and all over the world. I will continue to support the city's important neighborhood revitalization program for all sectors of the community, because our neighborhoods are the most important building blocks of any community. I bring to the table my 10 years of experiences as a city council member, where I worked with others to build on Decatur assets, and also to listen to the citizens to hear their thoughts on how to help us and the issues that may face Decatur. Thank you.